Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the last of the last of the last. That is the last segment of the Stage 3 Skeleton/Demon section of levels of hard mode, under 1 hour, no deaths. Let's roll. For this first level, you really want to use your bullets to the maximum effect. So one headshot there is good, but you want to take down the rest of these guys with the hammer. The first headshot is necessary because it gets you out into the dark before the Jihad demon, or whatever the heck that guy is, can position himself. As far as these two guys go, any number of demon melee guys or zombie melee guys can be taken down with the hammer. You just need to fight them one-on-one, basically. And again, a hammer used on the zombie camera saves any ammo or anything like that. So we've got plenty of ammo and plenty of hammers going into this encounter up here. You want to take out that street light for reasons which will be clear later and you wouldn't know your first time through, but you know, whatever. Since this guy comes running at you, he's an excellent candidate for hammering. And you may note that there's a demon coming now, a chain gun demon that is. You certainly want to save your headhunter for them. You can certainly take them down with a battle rifle, but headhunter's the best use. Going up top gives you a better angle to fling your hammer from. And at this point, we've got plenty of ammo for this encounter up here. It's a little more annoying because there's that melee demon here, and he kind of blocks your shots for the later bit of it. Fortunately, the chain gun demon is a bit more apt to run forward, and so is able to get taken down quite a bit more easily that way. One difference I've noticed in these hard mode levels is there are many fewer light switches and many more sources of light, so you're not going to be able to turn off all the lights like you could before. But if you just position yourself on the other end of this doorway, you can slip right past those demons and vent past the other ones coming in. Now you've still got 2 chain gun demons coming in, but you have more than enough, well, exactly enough ammo to deal with them if you aim wrong, and more than enough if you aim correctly. Remember, it's 2 bursts for 2 headshots, 3 bursts for anything else. Unless you miss, then it's infinite bursts, potentially. Alright, first level done. I'm not able to get most of these later levels done in under 2 minutes, unfortunately. So we are going to be cutting things quite a bit close. Remember, though, that we're actually doing a bit better than this time-wise, theoretically, because there's slowdown and that the timer just runs regular for that. Okay, you want to attract everybody in here with your first blast on the grenade launcher there, and take out the battle rifle demon, and just again auto grenade launcher everybody else. That part is basically unchanged in the first from the easy mode. This part is kind of too, just in that you need a lot of ammo to force your way through, and you want to be careful with it in these medium levels. Again, thank goodness they give you a full set of knives here, and so you don't want to be meleeing people right up close with knives. It just does not work well, because again, the knife hits don't really stun them, and so that can be a big problem. Fortunately, they give you a light switch there, which means you don't have to deal or duel with that battle rifle demon at long distances. All you really need is to be able to take out that first one there, and you'll have enough ammo to take down the second. That's with either, I had plenty of 9mm SMG ammo left if that first shot failed. Now there's one final nasty surprise coming up here, and again, this is just something you have to know beforehand. But once you unlock this door, it can be good to knock, wait for him to come through, and yes, there's also the lieutenant who runs at you. Fortunately, with a full 9mm SMG, you've got more than enough ammo, so if you needed to use a little bit of that earlier to take down the final run of chain gun demons, you had that available to you. Really, the hardest part of this first level is the initial room, and it's just so hectic. It's kind of hard to get a strategy down on hard mode that would be 100%. The one that I did now worked, I'd say, in 7 out of 10 tries, something like that. So not the odds that I would love to have going into a big marathon run, especially if you made it this far. My goodness, if you had gone all this way, and I just haven't found a way to do it, if you do things correctly, you should be able to do a technique 100% of the time. That's sort of my goal for anything marathon-y. So you can see there, I had a couple deaths at the end, but not in the run that I showed you. the deal is all of these are single segment runs, quote unquote, and you'll only see the time I do the complete level without deaths, but you know, I've done it a number of times. So now we are into Vol. This level, uniquely among hard mode levels, is almost, to my mind, not harder at all. And I think that's because I have the old Headhunter. Now you'll waste a couple seconds waiting for him to turn around and leave here, which is a bit of a bummer, but so it goes. The thing that makes this level bearable, as I've said before, is that they give you so many melee weapons to deal with people in here, and for the few big hard targets, you always have your Headhunter available. So I could go on and take out that zombie head there. I just don't see the need for it quite now. Honestly, though, it might have been quicker to take it out and go up and attack the melee demon on the right. Either way, though, now the trick here with two hammers is you melee the first one to death and then fling the other two. That takes down enough of them that you can run back into the shadows here and have plenty of ammo. Plenty of ammo for anybody that's left. Normally, I don't actually alert the two demons above me, which is sort of a bummer. I made sure not to run out of ammo for the Headhunter because I want to have it equipped when I move into the next section. But there we go. Not bad. And look at all those lights above you. It's going to be very difficult if you're trying to take all of them out so that you don't get shot at during this time. That said, your shots really aren't that bad. All you need to do is be paying attention. You have a big long lead up between the extremely recognizable sniper gun shot and the bullet hitting. Also, I'm sure taking all those shots just kills your accuracy, but I don't care about that. So, if you have the Headhunter out for this bit, that's basically not a piece of cake, but not bad at all, because, because that's just 3 shots, 3 deaths, and you can handle 3 shots before that guy takes you down. Before the chain gun demon. I mean, the other 2 were not even worth considering, really. Now, in here, there's, you want to, because you're going to be picking locks, you want to kind of wait for her to shoot before you enter into doors. And here, just for the sake of safety, I went ahead and took down these lights. You can see there's, again, more lights than there were in the normal version, and just not that many outlets available, but whatever. Now that all the lights are down, the rest of this level is absolutely a cakewalk. All that's left is the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle, that's right. The sniper rifle, and Vol's right there. And just like before, down she goes. We could continue and headshot everybody in her little nest. I think there's some more demons than before, but whatever, we don't care. And now we've got a big, basically 10 minutes left over to handle the final level. That's about the amount of time you're going to want, especially on hard mode. Because it's nasty, as you might expect. The second half of it really isn't much worse, I found. They give you a few more skeletons before you take down Ibsen for the first time, and you have to shoot Ibsen 1 more time than you do on normal mode. But whatever, that's not so bad. He's all that's left, though, so here we go. You only want to use your 1 sniper rifle here. Before, I took out a lot of people in this first section with the sniper rifle, but it's, with the sniper support, I mean. You really want it for later, and there's one place in particular I'll show you. Turning off the lights here keeps him from getting alerted early, and that just gets you in a better position to use thrown melee weapons to take down the rest of these guys. This puts me in an excellent position, because now there's only 2 Jihad demons and 2 Cerberus, and I don't really need the Headhunter or the burst rifle after this section here, so I'm equipping the burst rifle to take down the Cerberuses, because if I miss a headshot, I don't want to have to be running away and scrambling. Also, notice the auto grenade launcher here. I could have taken 2 of them, but anyway, look at this. There is an engineer's skeleton hiding behind that demon, and as very soon as anything happens, he starts laying mines. So you want to snipe him down basically instantly, and that requires minimum of 2 sniper bullets. 1 to take down the guy in front of him, and 1 to take down him. Now with the rest of your sniper support, you want to gradually lure the demons over to the right, and eventually that Jihadi demon goes down. You can take him down with the Headhunter as well, is why I have that. 1 grenade to take down the whole rest of them is better than I've ever done before, so I am not going to need the rest of these, I guess, which is good news. And again, it's only the guys up top now, and so with 2 sets of throwing stars, this should be very doable. This is the first time that taking him down alerted everybody downstairs. No idea why that happened. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. Again, 3 throwing stars to take down a big demon. And unfortunately, I just ran out of ammo right there. I think it's a little bit better if I can move down to the lower level without alerting anybody. I can grab more battle rifles and take them all down, but just in order to have extreme safety, I ran back and picked up ammo from the first battle rifle in there. And that's not so bad. As soon as he goes down, that's all the demons. Now, I wanted to be safe because sometimes the engineer manages to lay a mine or 2 down here. Not this time, I got him before he did. And he would have done it over on the left-hand side, so me being on the right, activating the final portal is the preferred way to do it, let's say. We know all this from before. No idea what that rune is supposed to be, but I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of forming a big portable body. Man, imagine being the janitor here in the morning and just, what? I mean, this is like a school, so, you know, presumably it's housed by the living. I don't know. Ah, the music is so good in this section. This is just... This track is Ashes to Ashes to Ashes to Ashes, is the name of it, by Chris Christodoulou. And it is super good. I think I've mentioned before, you cannot shoot out the lights here, which makes sense for a god of light and life. Goodness only knows what kind of afterlife this place is supposed to imply, but you at least get a nice little snowy chalet to exist in. It's kind of, I don't know, almost, not sentimental's the wrong word, but feels very quiet and muted. Now on hard mode only, there's an extra little thing over here. I guess we can all debate what that is, but it drops the final secret cassette tape, which I guess I'll be showing off for your viewing pleasure. No skeletons show up until you talk to old Candle God down the well. And there's not as much dialogue from before, so we won't hear Ibsen talking to us this time. Hard mode in general, as you've seen, just doesn't show any of the most of the dialogue, most of the interruptions, which is kind of nice. Now, the 2 differences, again, as I said before, where you have to take down Ibsen one more time, and there are guys around beforehand, so I really should have closed that door. It was a bummer that I didn't. And you can see, I can't jump in here and snipe him because that general is watching me. And there's an engineer downstairs. All of that is bad news. Fortunately, there's still an unguarded skeleton up on this top floor. And this lieutenant over here doesn't have anyone watching his flank. So he's takeable down with just the 32. And with that, we can do a bit of an ambush on all kinds of people here. You want to get down right on the engineer's level. One thing I'll say is they're not good at reacting quickly. So if you're able to get right on their position and attack them right away, you're pretty good. Also, skeletons do not notice body parts being flung in front of them. I guess that's a normal day for a skeleton. So, whatever. Now, you remember our old 1-2 to take down Ibsen the first 2 times. He's also by himself the first 2 times. So, there he goes. And from here on out, we're going to have to use a bit more tricky techniques. I like that he went downstairs. No idea why everybody detected me. In fact, I think they didn't. I think they just saw the dead engineer there. But whatever. Combination of Death and Taxes and the Revenant knocked down everybody. And from a distance from that far, Ibsen won't attack you. His shoot distance is a bit farther than that, so that is great. I'm running out of Revenant here, but fortunately I have not yet at all tapped into the Headhunter. So here we are with that. That can take Ibsen down from any distance. I was really hoping he'd still be crouching there, but no, he got up and booked it. We only need to take him down 2 more times, which is fortunate, but I really don't want to materialize while he's watching me, so I am burning seconds while this is going on, but it is for the best, because his shoot speed is so quick. And as soon as this little guy over here turns away from me, missed one, but got the second one. "Help me, friend" is an interesting quote from him. I would have thought he would have realized that our mutual friend is not in favor of him. Also notice that engineer. Yeah, there we go. There's that Headhunter shot for the win. He appears right down by the well. Shoot or kill all undead really just means kill Ibsen. Empty carry again. And I hope that means in death he finally found what he was looking for. Warm is good as far as the undead go. So, what I think it's really funny that if you don't kill the engineer, he just keeps laying mines all throughout this supposedly muted emotional finish or whatever. Look at that. We have a little time to spare. A very little time to spare. But hey, any amount of time is good time. And you do have to wait until all this nonsense with the lights going off at the end happens. That can be very frustrating if you're close on time, I'm sure. But there we go. 57:20, something roughly like that. So we had just some very few minutes to spare. We might have been closer to 56 or 55, depending on how many minutes the slowdown stole from us. But either way, this is pretty tight on time. Now, what I have shown off, what I was aiming for, and what I think I've accomplished, is showing one potential way that people could accomplish a no deaths under an hour run of hard mode. Now, am I going to do this? Almost certainly not. Because even in regular mode, pulling off everything perfectly or near perfectly for about an hour was rough stuff. And you could have a lot, there was a lot more leeway, I'll say, in the regular levels. When you're playing in hard mode, there's almost no leeway at all. The first thing that you do wrong, you die basically instantly, because there's a very specific path you have to take, and a lot of it is about luring enemies to one area of the level or another, managing their attention, managing their alerts, managing how visible you are, the light, it's much more puzzle-based, and that's why I said I liked it almost more than the main game, because it didn't let you do any real, like, you know, John Wick action stuff. You had to plan and strike very secretly from the shadows, do things as quickly as you possibly could, and even then, you know, it was no strict guarantee that you were going to get everything. But it was a lot of fun to do. I would encourage anybody that wants to do this to, you know, try to do things at least in this way. Try to get through it quickly and build your skills in Deadbolt. There's some workshop type levels that end up being pretty much harder than anything in the game, and so you'll need them if you want to conquer those. There's a lot of nonsense workshop levels too, but there's some really good ones. So that's Deadbolt overall. It's a quick, snipey, shootery, stealthy kind of game. I like it a whole bunch. I hope you did too. I'm very glad you joined me, and that's all that we wrote from here. Yeah, catch you guys next time. Bacter is out.